I am live. A surprise episode for it's a surprise. Hi. Surprise. I'm here. It's late. It's 11:20 on a Thursday night. I just got home from the movie theater and I thought, you know what? I got a lot to say. Might as well yell and scream at my computer. And we'll see what happens with I don't know. I don't know who's going to show up. Whatever. I don't care. So, first time here. Welcome. Thanks. And I'm going to talk about Rocky IV. The redo, the re-edit, whatever you want to call it. I'm not seeing any comments here. I don't know if let's see. I'm just looking at this real fast, make sure that this is right. I'd like somebody to say hello. See if that's going. But whatever. I don't need anybody. I got a lot to say. So, cheers. Thanks for checking it out. Now, I just, like I said, I just came back from the movie theater. I don't know how I want to start this. Screwed up. All right, so Rocky IV is probably my favorite movie. I was like 12, 13 back in the 80s when the Rocky IV came out. And I just thought, I'm just so captivated by the idea of an invincible opponent or whatever. And I was a big wrestling fan back in the day, and the Hulkster and Andre the Giant and all these, the Ultimate Warrior and the like Zeus and all these big dudes. It's like, God, how are you gonna beat this guy? And I don't know if it was the music or the montages, or I was just captivated. And it's always been my favorite movie. And as the franchise has gone on, the Rocky Balboa and the Creed movies, I've been into it. Creed 2 I was really into, just for the whole Creed Drago thing. Another Drago. It's like the sequel to this, basically. But Rocky IV has always been my favorite. I know every scene. I know every line. I know the fight sequences, the sound effects. So this redo, this re-edit, it was kind of like created for people like me. My first thought coming out of the theater was it's really hard for me to form an opinion of how I feel about this and what he did, what he took out, what he moved, what he changed. Because Rocky IV is such a classic to me. And to have it doctored with, it's a little unsettling. It's like, well, why are you messing with such a good thing? I'm really thirsty. I'm dehydrated. I apologize. So my first thought coming out of the theater was, I would like somebody who's never seen the original Rocky IV to watch this version like 15 times. Let this version be his, I love Rocky IV. Watch the first 3 Rockies, or watch Rocky III and then watch Rocky IV. And oh, there you go. There's a comment. Hey, Gup, how are you? Nice to see you. So it was so I want to hear the opinion of somebody who's never seen the original. Watch this movie 15 times. Know every scene, know every sequence, know every line. And then watch the original. That's an opinion I want to hear. Because me watching this, I can't go in with a clear head with no bias. I'm biased. I know what gets me going. I know what pumps me up, and I know what's funny, and I just know. Like, oh, why they didn't have this scene? Why they cut that line out? That's one of the best lines in the movie. Where is it? So now that just might be a me problem. That might not be a regular person's problem. I don't know what a regular person. Not my dad. That's a bad example. But if my friend of mine saw it, like, yeah, Rocky's fine. They like Rocky, but I don't think that they're going to be. I can't think that they are. I don't think this movie is going to bring in a new audience or a. I don't think it's better. Let's say that. It's not like, oh, wow, this is such a better movie. And it really is a lot different. The movie doesn't Rocky IV, the first scene in the movie, spoiler alert, is Apollo in the pool watching the news conference. That's basically where Rocky IV starts. Everything else is old Rocky III clips. They didn't do the Rocky and Apollo fight one-on-one in the gym. That's not in the movie, which I guess is the end of Rocky III, so I get it. But that's the beginning of Rocky IV. I can see what Stallone's trying to do. God, don't mess with me. Yes, there's a whole new movie. Just came out today. It'll be on Amazon tomorrow. Watch it on Amazon tomorrow. The opening for Rocky IV, where they have the boxing gloves, the American one and the Russian one, and then they meet. Not there. Strange. Very odd omission. My buddy said, like, yeah, they didn't have the boxing gloves at the beginning. Like, what's up with that? Yeah, that's a good point. What is that? It's a little choppy. But I don't know if it's choppy because I know what it's supposed to be. It's a little choppy to me. And again, I don't know how you're going to look at this. And I don't know how you're going to go into seeing it. It's cool. Like, it's cool. There's some cool stuff. There's never seen before scenes. There's a lot taken out. The beginning of the movie is completely different. The build up to the Apollo and Drago fight. The Apollo and Drago fight is completely different. They still had the montages. They still did the Coming to America. James Brown he's still in it. I was wondering, like, going into it, I was wondering if they were going to do There's No Easy Way Out. They did. They kept that. Little different stuff in the montage, but they still had it. Yeah, Gup, you can watch the new Rocky IV, 40 minutes of additional footage tomorrow. So, Amazon. So, they had that. They did the training montage. They did Hearts on Fire. They did all that stuff, and there was just different cues. There was different when certain notes hit. It hit in different scenes. The timing seemed a little off, and then, like, why you don't have to touch that? You could just leave that the way it is. Hearts on Fire did not have to be changed at all. Don't touch that. Leave that alone. That's a solid 4 minutes. Just leave it alone. But they tinkered. They might have over-tinkered, in my opinion. So, but yeah, the fight's different. The press conferences are different. It's just different. different dialogue, but they kept most of the classic lines. My favorite thing in the movie, I was pissed, but then they redeemed themselves. Like, my favorite scene in the movie is when Rocky comes home after the fight's announced and Adrian's at the top of the stairs and you can't win. And, you know, Rocky does this whole monologue. You know, Adrian always tells the truth. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I can't win. Maybe all I could do is take everything he's got. But to beat me, he's going to have to kill me. And to kill me, he's got to be willing to stand there and die himself. And I don't think he's willing to do that. And he walks out. And that's like, fuck yeah, Rocky. That's what I'm talking about. That's the best. All right? You want to beat me, you got to fucking kill me. And you're not man enough to stand there and kill me. Even though he just killed Apollo. So maybe he was man enough to stand there and kill him. But anyway, but that's not in the scene. Adrian says you can't win. Oh, Adrian always tells the truth. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. And he leaves. And I looked at Gary. I said, what the fuck? What? That's my favorite scene in the movie. What are they doing? But they play it back. When they get to Russia, and Duke's playing chess with the Russian guy, Rocky's upstairs. He's putting his pictures up. His picture of Drago. Adrian gets a photo now. And they play that scene like Rocky, he's not saying it, he's hearing it, saying, which is odd. Like, where did that thought come from? If you never saw Rocky 4, you don't know where that conversation comes from. It's weird. So, but they brought it back. It's like, all right, well, at least he said it. That's fine. Why is he thinking about saying it when he never said it? It doesn't make sense. Nitpicking. I'm picking nits. Bill Simmons. I'm picking nits. But that was weird. So yeah, I loved it. It was cool. The crowd, like the audience, was really into it. They were really cheering. Which I've never really been part of, like an interactive audience like that before. I don't know why all of a sudden people just started applauding in the middle of the movie. I mean, I got it or whatever, but I mean, the movie starts with like the first, not the second, the first Rocky and Clubber fight when he gets his ass kicked. And then he goes to the statue and he throws the helmet, and then he goes to the gym and then he meets with Apollo and that whole thing. And then the second fight, and then, which I love the Drago fight, but I really Rocky 3 rounds. That whole fight might be my favorite of the whole thing. The Clubber fight, the second Clubber fight. I love that fight. But my mother hits harder than that. He ain't so bad, put his hand on top. So yeah, that was cool, man. Got a little throwback to the Clubber fight again. But then they just go right to Apollo in the pool. It's like, wow, they cut out a lot. There's no robot. The son, one scene with the kid, but he's in the bed talking to him before he goes to Russia. During the whole Rocky fight, his kid on Christmas with his friends, that's my dad. Nothing. No, not in the movie. The post-game speech, the post-fight speech, that is totally different. Crazy. They totally changed the end of the movie. He did not end the Cold War in this version. We're still fighting with the Russians. Gorbachev is pissed. He storms out. No round of applause for Rocky. Even the cheers for Rocky. Suddenly Moscow's crowing Rocky. No! Not really. Just little tiny tweaks, but if you know Rocky 4, it is very noticeable. Very noticeable. And I still don't know how I feel about that. I still don't know how I feel about that. I think that which is not exactly the best like recap and review, but for example, after the first round, the cornerman yelling at Drago, he's the American is soft, but then Drago says he fights like a beast or something, like he's arguing with his corner. After he gets cut, Drago's like panicked. He's like, "Oh, forget that. How's my eye?" It was weird, like cool, but weird. I want him to see. He's not human. He's like a piece of iron. It's all choppy. Like I love that. That's the best. That fight. There's different camera angles, different choreography for the fight, and the music is a little different. There's different music. The ending's different. There's no Hearts on Fire at the end. They have a different song. It's bizarre. It's bizarre that they did all these. It's cool, but it's bizarre. So I don't know. Like it'll be on Amazon. I'm sure I'll watch it again. I want to see some of these scenes again with Apollo talking to Rocky about taking the fight. Did they contact him? What is he going to do? What do you think about me? That's a whole scene. There's a scene when Apollo's inside and then Rocky talks to Adrian like in the kitchen. And Adrian doesn't have a good feeling about it. And like all this like foreshadowing and it's Adrian seems like has a lot more scenes, a lot more dialogue than she does in the original. It's different. I liked it but I don't know if I'm capable of bad mouthing of this version of Rocky IV. I don't know. I don't think I could do that. So I'm not disappointed. But I kind of I don't know if there was a world in which I wasn't going to be disappointed. If you add 40 minutes and it becomes a 2.5 hour movie and everything else stayed the same, I might be okay with that, but that's probably not going to fly. You're not going to have a 3-hour version of Rocky IV. I don't think that's practical. So they had to cut stuff out. There's no robot. Any scene with a robot is gone. Rocky hated the robot. Stallone hated the robot. So there's no robot. That all stuff is gone. Again, I'd like to find some teenage kid who's never seen Rocky IV. Maybe let them watch Rocky 2, 3, and 4. But really get them maybe watch 2 and 3. Then watch this version of Rocky IV a whole bunch of times. And just do it backwards. And get his opinion. I want to hear that kid's opinion. I want to know once this version of Rocky IV is in your blood, and then you see the original. If you feel like that one's better, but then again, they might just think where the fight scenes they're not as good, or the that dialogue that didn't make any sense, or I don't know. Great recap, great review. But I just want to talk about it. So I'm here. I'm talking about it. There's nobody around. I don't know what's going on. I know it's late. It's a Thursday night. It's a school night. So, whatever. I guess I don't have to talk about anything else. College football, pro football, or the Giants, or Taylor Swift, or Dave Matthews, or anything else. But I'm just thinking about the movie, and I'm thinking about they have this whole scene after the funeral's different. That whole funeral, that all the dialogue there is all different. This is a lot. There's a lot of different stuff. There's a scene where he's talking to like the boxing commission, and then his then there's his press conference. That scene is different. It's surreal. Everything, nothing's in its purest form. And again, I don't know how I feel about that. I think they've done this with other popular movies. I think there was a Star Wars redo, but when I saw those versions, it wasn't anything like super noticeable for me. I mean, this is highly noticeable. So I don't know if this is a common thing that people do. I don't know if it will become a common thing. I haven't really gone online and checked to see how people are feeling about this. It was good. It was good. If you like Rocky IV, I think that there's enough there that it's still Rocky IV. It just seems like it's just a little off. It's a little choppy. Some of the music's different. Like I said, like even like in the training montages and the fight scenes, the music that you're used to doesn't match with the sounds in the movie. I don't know if they had audio issues. If it, like in the theater that I was in, the sound seemed a little off. Then again, maybe they're just because they're using sound from 1987. I don't know. I'm not a sound engineer, but it's only in the theaters today. It'll be on Amazon tomorrow. Maybe it's different watching it at home on your TV. It's kind of cool. It's kind of neat seeing some of the scenes that you haven't seen before. But you're talking about, in my opinion, like to talk about one of my favorite movies and chopping it up. And I still think I'd prefer to watch the original. I think that's where I've come to grips with. It's not as good as the original. I don't. But if I didn't think about it. But if I did think about it, I think that I shouldn't have had those expectations going in. Like, oh, this is going to be so much better. How could it be better? How could it be better? Honestly, I don't give a shit about a robot. If it's in the movie, it's not a movie. It's not relative to it doesn't matter. It's all just fluff. So they didn't it's not like Apollo survived and it's a whole different movie or anything. Like it's still the same, but yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I don't want to keep repeating myself. It's cool. If you like Rocky IV, you should watch it. Judge for yourself. Maybe there's some things that you like. I didn't take any notes. It's just coming from the theater and thinking. But there's some noticeable things that are different. And again, I don't know. I don't know how. Say I'm sitting home next Thursday night. I'm sitting home and I could watch Rocky IV, the original. On HBO is Rocky IV, the original. And on HBO 2 is Rocky IV re-edited. Which one am I going to watch? I'm going to watch the original because that's what I'm comfortable with. And it hasn't been messed with. But maybe that's just a Jeff problem. That's because of me. So I don't like new things, and I don't like things. I like being in my routine. And I don't like things being indiscriminately messed with for the sake of messing with it. Now, there was a Q&A with Stallone beforehand, and there were things that he felt he didn't like about the movie, and he feels he's a better filmmaker now, and this is like the version of Rocky IV that he wished he put out a million years ago. Gotta be honest, if this was the version that they put out in 1987, or whatever year it was, I don't know if it becomes the cult classic that it is. Because the original just hits all the right. It just goes. I think I heard when Simmons did the rewatchables of Rocky IV that there's like it's a 88-minute movie, and it's like 34 minutes of montages. So that's a lot of montages. But that's what makes it great. And they didn't really get rid of the montages. They're just a little different. All right. I've decided I like the original better. I think I've come to grips with the fact that it was good. Tonight's movie was good, but not necessary. The question is, is there, with knowing what we know now, that footage is out there and that they had the ability to do that? It might have been able to do a better job. I think I'm disappointed in the final product. I'll tell you this. I've seen Rocky IV so many times that I know that before the Creed Drago fight, that Apollo, when he's pointing with his left hand and he says, I want you. If you look at his hand, he doesn't have a boxing glove on his hand. Okay, well, now we're in 2020 or 2021, whatever freaking year it is, and you've been this movie's been around for a million years. Nobody notices that he doesn't have a friggin' boxing glove on his left hand. Fix that, or don't put that part in the movie. Sloppy. It's sloppy. I mean, if you're going to try to redo a movie, at least fix the mistakes from the original. That bothered me. It's a nitpick. It's a small thing. But you get the point. You understand. You're redoing this movie. Stallone said he spent like almost a year making this movie. And nobody tells him, hey, Sly, Apollo doesn't have an editor. There's a million people that work on these things. Hey, since 1987, Apollo hasn't had a glove on his left hand, but he's pointing at Drago. I want you. No boxing glove on. Dancing around with James Brown, he's got his gloves on. What, he took them off to say I want you, then put them back on? No. Sloppy. So there's little things like that. And since you miss some of the lines and the dialogue, because I can watch Rocky IV with my eyes closed, and I know what's going on, and I know what the next line is going to be, and I know exactly what's happening. But you're watching tonight, and the dialogue's different, and I miss stuff. I have a short attention span. I miss stuff. Like I can't go back. I can't go back 15 seconds. I can't put the closed captioning on. I can't. I miss stuff. I got to stay laser focused. Again, that's a me problem. So, yeah, I don't know how much more I can talk about this. I've already been talking about it for a half an hour. There's nobody here. Usually, I have somebody telling me what I'm doing. Giving me an opinion of some kind. I got nothing going on there. So I have in the title Rocky IV Recap Potpourri, but I thought the potpourri would be for actually somebody. I got nobody here. All right, you know what? I'm going to dabble. We'll dabble it. Even my freaking brother's not here. No support. Zero. Probably eating dinner. Anyway, so yeah, I'm in the Happy Veterans Day. Shout out to the troops. Thank you for your service. My dad's a veteran, so that's cool. He did something with my niece today. Cool stuff. Shout out to the troops. So I had yesterday was my day off from work. Today is a holiday, and I have vacation days tomorrow and Saturday. So I'm happy about that. I'm going to the Dave Matthews concert at Madison Square Garden tomorrow and Saturday. Pretty pumped for that. Conglomerate of people. My sister, my cousin, the Nachis. It's going to be a scene. I'm meeting internet friends. It's going to be a good time. So I got that going on. Tonight was Rocky. Tomorrow, Taylor is putting out this 10-minute short film, they're calling it, of All Too Well, which is my favorite Taylor Swift song. It means so much to me. And I'm like a 10-minute version of that. I don't know what that's going to be, but anyway, got Taylor news. She's going to be hosting on Saturday. She's going to be the musical guest on Saturday Night Live. So I got the DVR set for that. Sunday, the Devils are playing the Rangers. Rangers beat the shit out of the Islanders tonight. Not the Rangers, excuse me. The Devils beat the shit out of the Islanders tonight. I don't know what's going on with the Devils. They're playing unbelievable. I got to start paying closer attention to what they're doing. So I just had a lot going on. I played golf yesterday. I was terrible. I'm thinking about going to play tomorrow, but it might rain. Or it's definitely going to rain. I just don't know how heavy it's going to be. So I'm getting back into the swing of things. I'm at a near positive stretch. I've made a lot of changes. I've been going through some stuff, and I'm coming out of it, and I'm starting to feel really good about myself, and a lot of positives. And I am so I've been kind of laying low. I wasn't really in a good spot with life. So some of the things that I wanted to do during the fall with golf and everything else, I just kind of put it on hold because I just wasn't. I just didn't care. I was like, I don't give a shit. I don't want to. I gotta handle my business first, and I did handle my business, and I've made some changes, and things are going well, and I'm just trying to stay present and whatever. I don't have to be so rigid and regimented with my schedule. I can, if I want to pop on and yell at the computer, I can do that. Who cares? All right, I gotta get back to my roots. When I started doing this crap, I didn't have an audience. I just did it, and I need to get back to that. I'm just gonna do what I freaking want to do. But I want to talk about Rocky, so talk about Rocky. Anyway, so yeah, big couple days coming up. A lot of exciting events. I might have an interview coming up between now and Thanksgiving. We'll see. December, I got a couple things, but then, man, January, we'll be back into it. We do our golf show every week. Start up the one and done. We get our race for the bagel going again. I need another bagel, Artie. If you're be so inclined, need a new bagel trophy. I ordered new trophy balls. So I'm ready for the new. I'm almost ready for the new season. I hit Hideki at the Zozo. That was nice. I had Wolf at the Shriners. I finished in second. I didn't really come close any other tournaments. I haven't been playing full cars. I just basically pick one guy or two guys. And I hit with Hideki. That was good. I have Patrick Reed this week. Shot even par today. But you know what? If 12, 13 under wins this tournament, 3 rounds of 4, 4 under rounds, he could get himself into contention by the weekend. And we'll see what happens. But I'm not, again, I put a lot of stuff on the back burner. I haven't played a DraftKings lineup since the Tour Championship. I just kind of I needed a break. It was a good break. It's working for me. I'm starting to get back into the swing of things. And, I've been playing. I liked college football a lot. So I've been playing my college football parlays on Saturday. I might dabble in something in the NFL, but I barely watch. I really do. I'm not sitting home watching football all day on Sunday. I think I've decided I really don't like the NFL. Now, maybe it's because my team sucks and I hate my team. The Giants, for the last 3 years now, I've hated them. So the fact that I just I don't have a dog in the fight, I don't really care. I lost in my survivor pool week 5. So I don't care. So I'm trying not to give a shit about things that I really shouldn't give a shit about. I need to either use this time off to be more productive. Because come January, then I'm going to start giving a shit about things that I shouldn't be giving a shit about. I would be spending a lot of time on it, and I need to find more balance. So I'm trying to find more balance. I've Alexa, skip. Definitely skipping this song. It was my wedding song. Talk about not backing you up. So one of the biggest things I've done, skipping this song too. Alexa, skip. Pay for what you get. I did. I've kind of gotten away from having relationships, having hostile relationships. And it's kind of been good for me. It's about self-worth, I think I've kept myself in these relationships, whether it be friendships or otherwise, because I needed them. So I thought that they were making me happy, maybe. But it wasn't reciprocated. I'm not trying. This may sound selfish, but I just wasn't getting out of it what I was putting into it. And it's I just decided that I'm not going to let that happen anymore. That if you're not giving me anything, then I'm not going to give you anything. Because that's not healthy. It's not healthy to give yourself to somebody and they treat you like shit. I don't deserve to be treated like shit. And I never felt that way about myself before. I never felt like I don't deserve to be treated like shit. It's I'm kind of an asshole. Maybe I deserve that, or maybe it is my fault. And no, fuck that. I deserve better. So I've been hanging around more positive people, genuine people, not manipulative people. There's no reason for me to get myself gaslighted every other day and feel like shit and constantly having to explain myself and always be in an argument. And what am I doing? There's no need for that. So I'm going to hang out with people that I don't have those problems with because they're not freaking psychopaths. And it's helped me. It's helped me. I've become a better person. I've been a happier person. And I'm really like how I'm projecting going forward. So I haven't been around. I've been dealing with some stuff, but I'm getting better. And I'm looking forward to 2022. I'm looking forward to doing some interviews. I'm trying to set some things up. I just got to do it. You know, I gotta put myself out there because I just want to. I think that's what I want to do next. Is I want to just talk to people that I think are interesting. You may not find them interesting, and I don't care. I just want to talk to them because I think it'll be a good experience. It'll be fun, and I think I can be good at it. I think it'll be thought. I think I can provide entertainment and thought and ask things people don't normally ask, and I think that would be a good platform for me. So kind of steering in that direction. Who the hell knows how it's going to turn out? All right, I've been talking for 40 minutes. I'm going to go. There's nobody here. So if you come across this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. Share it on Twitter. I'll put it out there. And enjoy Rocky IV. Let me know what you think. We can talk about it. You think I'm crazy? Okay. You're entitled to your opinion. But as a hardcore Rocky fan, especially Rocky IV, it was weird seeing your baby manipulated, I suppose. But whatever. It was good. It's just different. A little choppy. That's my official stance. All right, I'm going to go. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Tell your no, don't tell. You don't have to tell your friends. Just let me know what you think. Be in touch. Have a good weekend. And I'll talk to you soon. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. All right? Thanks a lot, guys, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.